What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another video. This is going to be a continuation of the video that I made previously, which I will link right up here, where I discuss the process of finding, purchasing, as well as importing a JDM car. The reason I wanted to make this particular video was because I keep getting a lot of the same questions over and over again, whether it's through Instagram DMs or YouTube comments or even emails. People are consistently asking me, Nick, how do I finance a car from Japan? Or what specifically does a port pickup process look like? I'm going to go and discuss both of those in today's video. So if you'd like to know more about how to finance a car in Japan while living in the United States, or if you're curious as to what the port pickup process looks like, stay tuned. I'm going to cover all of that right now. The first question I get asked more than anything else is, Nick, how do I finance a car in Japan? My bank told me I couldn't do it. I don't have 40, 50, 60, 80, 90, 100 grand, whatever the case is, laying around in a bank account. So how can I go and finance my dream car in Japan when I'm living in the United States, right? There's two ways that you can do that. The first way, not a lot of people are going to like, and that is going to be enlist in the military. And after you enlist, after you go through boot camp and all your training and everything, if you request orders overseas, specifically to Japan, you can go and get PCS over there, which is a permanent change of station. Once you get PCS orders over there, a bank will in fact finance a car loan over there for you. Not a problem at all, whether it's through Navy Fed or any litany of other lenders, USAA, whichever. As long as you have PCS orders for Japan, they will be able to go and finance the car for you over there. Not a problem at all. I know lots of people that have done it. It's super easy. Now, I know a lot of people are going to do that, and most of you are here for probably this explanation right here. A lot of people tell me, Nick, my bank said no, they're not going to go and finance a car over in Japan because it's just in another country, Japan, Australia, whatever, it doesn't matter, right? Now, before you go typing in the comments saying, oh, Nick, you're wrong, you can't actually go and finance over there because my banker told me whatever, just stop it, all right? Just stop it. Yes, you can. Let me explain why. The reason your bank told you no specifically is because of the way the import process works, the time it takes, as well as the title expectations of the bank. Let me explain what I mean. If you go to a regular car dealership and you go there and apply for financing, or maybe you brought your own from your bank or what have you, you go there, you test drive the car, you like the car, you sign all the paperwork, and then you leave, right? On the back end of that, what the dealership does is they actually go and take the title and they transfer it into your name and they record a lien holder on the title. They take that to the DMV, they process it. At that point, you can go and get your registration, your tags, everything else. But at the end of the day, the bank, the lien holder, holds the title until that particular vehicle is paid off. The reason your bank is telling you no, you cannot finance a car in another country is because when you go to a dealership in the United States, the bank is going to get that title within about 30 to 45 days. And that's the threshold for most lenders. If you're buying a car in Japan, for example, and you watched my last video, you know that took me about 4 months, all right? I did the inspection in July, I wired the money in August, I got the car in November, okay? That's about a 3-month process, 3.5-month process, give or take. So if the bank is waiting on the title for 2-3 months, that's not gonna work for them, and that's why they're saying no. So now that we know that the bank wants the title within 30 days, and it's gonna take a lot longer than that to actually go and get the car from Japan over to the United States, how can you go and finance this thing, right? I'm sure that's why a lot of you guys are watching this video. This is going to be a very specific process that you need to go through, all right? And no, it's not credit cards. Do not put this on credit cards. It's a terrible plan. If that's what you're thinking, throw it away. Bad idea. What you're going to do is you're going to go back to your bank, okay? And you're going to want to tell your bank that you need a personal loan for whatever the dollar amount is. And when I say whatever the dollar amount is, if the car is $40,000 and it costs, say $2 to ship it, and then plus all your other fees, maybe you want to go and get a loan for $50,000. Get a personal loan for $50,000. Your interest rate will be higher. You're probably going to be looking at somewhere between 10 and 12, 14% maybe in some cases. It's going to be more than a regular car note, all right? However, you're not going to keep this interest rate, okay? So you go to your bank, you get your personal loan, right? They hand you a check for $50,000, let's say. You call up whoever your exporter is, whether it be Garage Defender or somebody else. You say, hey, I have this, this money. I need to wire it to you so I can go and buy this car. You send them the money. They're going to go and send you your export certificate, your bill of lading, a bunch of other stuff in a nice little DHL envelope. So that way you have all of that, and then you just need your import paperwork whenever the car gets here. Now, once you do that, you've paid for the car at a higher interest rate, and you're going to need to have this for about 3 months. roughly, okay? Because by the time the car gets here, it's gonna need to go and sit in customs for a couple weeks, and then you're gonna go and pick it up. And then the fun part starts, where you get to go through and title your car. Once you go and get the title to your car, and you've done all that stuff, if you missed that video, go ahead and click this link right up here, where I went and documented the whole process of what it was like for me to go and register the GTR in Colorado. Once you get the physical title in your hand, then you can go to your bank again and be like, hey, Mr. Banker, Miss Banker, whichever the case is, I need something called an auto equity loan. And this is basically a car loan for a car that you already own. And they'll say, yes, absolutely, we'd love to go and give you a loan on this vehicle. We can loan you up to X number of dollars, whatever the case is. Obviously, you're gonna try to get the full amount that you still owe on the personal loan, right? So if you start out at 50, you made a couple payments, maybe you owe 49 or something, try to get the full amount for that, right? Because the auto equity loan is gonna be much lower interest rate on average in most cases than what your personal loan will be. So if your personal loan is at like 10 or 12%, your auto equity loan, your new car loan that you just got, is going to be usually somewhere between 2 and 8, kind of depending on credit. It's just, it depends. But at the end of the day, the auto equity loan is going to be much cheaper than what the personal loan was that you got whenever you went and bought the car initially. Once you get your auto equity loan and you have that check in hand, you're going to go to the DMV, you're going to record a lien holder of whoever your lender is, and they're going to go and send that off to the lender. Now, this is important. Once you get your auto equity loan, you take that money and you pay off the personal loan. So personal loan goes away. You no longer have an 8, 10, 12, 14% interest rate, whatever it is. You have that nice, newer, lower interest rate from the auto equity loan. And there you go. Boom, you've done it. You've officially financed the car in another country, whether it happened to be Japan or Australia or England or wherever it is. Good job. Next thing I want to talk about is what the actual port pickup looks like whenever you go there. Once your car arrives at the port, it's going to be stuck in customs for about 2 weeks. Depending on the port you have it sent to, some of them are starting to do more soil testing and some other stuff lately. So it just kind of depends. I would expect your vehicle to be there for the full 2 weeks. Mine was, it actually got there on, I think, October 23rd or 25th or something, and I didn't get to pick it up until November 10th. Whoever your importer is going to go and take care of the HS7, all the custom stuff, all the duties, everything like that. That's all going to be just done through them. And they can send you that paperwork at a later date. You do not actually need that to pick up the car. So if your importer is telling you, oh, you need to wait for all this other stuff to pick up the car, literally the only thing you need to pick up the car is it needs to be cleared through customs and you need a delivery order from the port. That is it. All the delivery order is saying that all your fees and everything like that have been paid, whether it's an offloading fee, storage fees if applicable, depending, etc. Right? If you have that delivery order, you're good. All you do is bring your TWIC, which is your transit worker identification credential, and that delivery order to the port pickup location. I also recommend having a high visibility vest. Otherwise, they will probably need to loan you one. So just bring one. It makes the whole process easier. You go in there, they're going to go and initial a bunch of stuff. They're going to hand you a couple of copies of papers, and then you're going to go off and pick up your car. And you pick it up, you load it on the trailer, and then you leave. And then they sign your paperwork on the way out saying that, yes, this delivery order was fulfilled, and you're good. And that's it. Honestly, it's super duper simple. The only thing I will say is that the Port of Savannah, at least, I don't know if other ports are like this too, the only people that they allow port access to are people that hold a TWIC, or if you have a TWIC with escort privileges, then you can escort other people and they might not need one, all right? But in my case, like my buddy Matt and I went to go pick up the car, I had a TWIC, he did not. There was like this little bus station, little alcove thingamabob, where he had to go and sit until I got the car loaded up. So that was kind of a bummer because I really could have used the help loading up the car. But if you are trying to do this solo, or if you're going with a group of like 2 or 3 people, just know that if you're the only TWIC holder in and amongst that group, you are going to be the only one allowed inside that port to go and load up the car. So just be aware of that. Other than that, it's the easiest process in the world. It is super simple. Like I said, you can go and get your customs release papers, your HS7s, all that stuff. After the fact, you do not need that to pick up the car. You need it to register the car. You do not need it to pick it up though. Anyway, guys, that is gonna be it for today's video. I hope you liked it. I hope you found it useful. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. If there's anything that I did not answer in this video or the last video that you would like to go and hear me expand upon, I want to see as many JDM cars here as we can possibly get. So if you have any questions, please feel free to hit me up. I'd love to help you guys out. That is it. I will see you guys very soon in the next video. Catch you next time.